Good afternoon, family. I hope all is well with you as it is with me today. So, with that said, let's talk about spring. What I'm most appreciative of this new year, of this spring, is that the days are longer, that I have more sunlight to work with. Because when it was in the fall, I love the fall as well, but when it was fall time, the time got cut short and nighttime crept upon me very rapidly, causing a difference for me. So I'm much, much appreciative of the longer daylight I receive at the moment because, being in the dark makes you think a lot of times you may feel like you have to hurry up and get home, hurry up and get some rest, where I can enjoy the day a little bit longer, enjoy the beauty of nature a little bit longer. You have new blooms coming in. It's time to landscape, beautiful landscaping all over the place. But I think what kind of landscaping I'm interested in is the landscape that's going to allow me to have color all year round because that is very critical to me, very critical to have that color all year round. I don't like seeing dead trees. I don't like seeing death. I like seeing life. So I don't like to see it only in the springtime. I want to see it year round. So that's what I'm going to do about it. I'm going to give me some uh, hardy spruces, and I'm going to grow those. And then I'm going to have to. I'm looking at the Japanese cedars or the Japanese. Um, let me look it up. It's the red tree. I'm pretty sure it's a Japanese cedar. And I'm going to, yeah, they got the Japanese red cedar trees. Those are nice. Those are beautiful. That is beautiful. They got the seeds. Um, you got Norway spruce tree seeds. I don't want, oh, those are beautiful. Those are beautiful. You got the empress trees, giant red bud trees, trees with colors that does not leave, does not fall. The trees where the leaves don't fall. You can have them pretty much year round, and they can really. I want trees that can deal with the harsh weather. You know. Plus, I want a tree that grows straight in the ground, that doesn't grow up. Its roots growing up from the up front through the ground, causing other issues like killing your grass and stuff like that. But let's get into Super Mario real quick. Yeah, I took my daughter to see Super Mario last night, and we really enjoyed that movie. I was thinking it was going to be a lot of funny in it, but it wasn't a lot of funny in it. Although it was funny, but the most interesting thing for me was that I got to see the whole a backstory to help me understand the game. While I was playing the game, while my daughter is so, ever since she was tiny, she was so in love with the game. Um, Always had me going out buying Linguini, buying these games, and she couldn't even read at the time, but she knew how to play Super Mario. So the backstory helped me to, when they were building the car, helped me to understand, the whole story behind building the cars and stuff. And I really enjoyed that about the game. I really enjoyed, the car game a lot. I love car games. I love car video games. I've always been in love with them all my life. Um, so I got her that one. She had that one. That was pretty fun. So in this story, you see a lot of metaphysical things happening in that story. The most important for me was being able to go through a portal, right? Because I talked about before my experience in California at the border, kind of close to Mexico. We were hanging out, and I looked across the field, and there was a feeling for me, a feeling for me that there was something there, right? And at the time, I didn't think about it, but now, years later, I thought about it after my experience of being pulled into this place that I kind of felt like was that place, was near that place. And it was like a portal. It's much like a portal. And it took me through there. And it was nothing, it was at night that we were there by the, just hanging out at the border right there. And it took me into total darkness, to a whole different world where there was fighting going on, kind of like in Super Mario. It's a whole different world. And but this was mostly like ruins. We had ruins in this one, in the experience that I had. It was like ruins on one side of the wall, and there was like a place where the warriors and stuff that were going over the wall to fight and bring back people, trying to save people, right? So that was like a soul experience for me. But when I think about this movie, it brought it all back to me about the portal part of it. It just brought it back to light to me. And when it talked about something I had studied about the inner earth and how, we got, at least we got a sun within the earth, that brought a lot back to me about the underworld. So in Super Mario, it has all of that in it. So not only did I enjoy the surface story of it, and I felt like I got a lot out of understanding the game better. I played some Donkey Kong, so I was a Donkey Kong fan, a little fan. And so basically, all around, this movie was really, 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 really kept me into it, kept me, um, you know, in suspense, I think, looking for the next thing that was going to happen, especially when they were starting, beginning in their battle, So, I was continuously engaged in the story. I loved it, loved it, loved it. I loved um, the, what I loved the most was the animation. I love animation. I love the Mushroom Land. I love that a lot. I loved how they you were able to go back and forth from the physical world back to a world that, and it was no different in the world. There wasn't really no difference in the two worlds that they had presented because it's all animation anyways. But I guess you could see it more if it was like a real movie, not an animation. You would be able to tell the difference because we know that scientifically, you know, um, certain things can't be done here versus an alternate reality. Um, but they were still able to uh, transport back and forth because it was setting in Brooklyn and then it was underground. I love the whole backstory. It kind of gave us insight to the whole game, you know, more insight into the game itself. My daughter loved it. She was excited, although she wanted to see something 3D. But I felt like the animation in this was just perfect. It's marvelous. And yeah, it was a really good movie. Really good kids movie, children's movie for everyone. So also that was Super Mario. I want to talk about something about the ancestors and their information that they bring forward for us to utilize. Um, we have to not allow the outside world outside of us to hinder or prevent us from hearing the ancestors and their information on a daily basis. Like I mentioned about spring, there's something more about it, not just that, it's a season change, but it's a way of life. It's a time when people needed had a schedule. We didn't have time clocks. We had a schedule. We went by the mode of nature. We went by the mode of nature for everything we needed. And this is, like I said, the ancestors' knowledge. This is what they used. So I feel like me appreciating or me having to experience the force to appreciate the difference between having those shorter days and the longer days, seeing the benefits of the longer light daytime. And there's much benefit in that. So is there benefits in the wintertime when time is cut shorter. So we eventually learn that these things mean more than just a holiday or a time to and go on vacation. We recognize that it means more. It means more coming together as a community outside in the beautiful blazing sun, listening to live concerts, enjoying the beautiful scenic views of the blooms, of the bloom. You see, the difference was that place in Super Mario when they went down the drain. They went into it looked like they were going down into a dungeon or some kind of where city workers have to go and work on the waters and the underground and all that stuff. They had stairs and everything down there, pipes all over the place. Uh, Probably had a subway station somewhere down there too. A lot of electric. Um, I don't know about electric, but a lot of water systems, like the pipes and stuff going down under there. So it was really started out dark, right? The city had a water flooding issue, and Super Mario um, came to the rescue. So when you then see um, the land, the land, you kind of get an idea of spring. You get that idea of spring and then versus the dark, versus the area that is dead, in other words. So I really enjoyed this movie, and um, there was a lot to get out of it. There was a lot to get out of it. So when we see this time of the year, you know, it's a time to come together with, friends and family, more family time, definitely, because you can get out. Where in the cold, in the winter, you can't do this. So I highly appreciate these spring days in the springtime to get prepared to build a nice landscape of life, of life, of nice trees that have a life to them all year round. So with that said, true love, world peace, the higher self within, the soul. Till next time.